What should you do to keep yourself and your family safe if you should encounter one of these dust or sandstorms? Well, Aldo Vasquez, the AAA spokesperson for Northern California, Nevada, and Utah, joins us live now. So, first off, when you see one of these up ahead, what is the safest thing to do?
Yeah, so hey, Rick, when you see a dust storm forming, it's very important that you reduce your speed and then you pull off to the side of the road as quickly as you possibly can. It's best to get off, and if you do see an exit that's pretty close by. Once you're pulled off to the side of the road, you're going to want to turn off your lights to make sure that no vehicles follow you and hit your vehicle. And then once the dust storm passes, which usually happens within a couple of minutes, you're going to want to wait a little bit longer until you have about 300 feet of visibility ahead of you, and then you want to continue out on your route.
Now, here in Utah, we're used to driving in the snow and even the fog, but these dust storms are rare compared to a place like Arizona, which sees them during the summer times. These can be especially dangerous for drivers for a lot of reasons, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like I mentioned, they only last a couple of minutes, but they can create some very hazardous situations out there on the road, including no visibility for folks. And so it's very important to, when you are involved and you do see a dust storm forming nearby, make sure that you reduce your speed and try to get off the road as quickly as you possibly can. If you're walking or riding a bike, get inside as quickly as you can to get away from the storm.
Now, experts say get off the road, and that means completely off the road. Am I correct? Off of the pavement, because you run the risk of being rear-ended by a vehicle behind you, correct?
Yes, if there's an exit nearby, get off immediately. But if for some reason you're traveling somewhere where there isn't an exit nearby, pull off as far from the road as you possibly can. Turn off your lights and then just wait for the storm to pass. I mean, the worst thing you could possibly do in this situation is try to drive through a storm where there's no visibility at all.
Now, you mentioned turning off your lights. That's an important point. Now, why is that safest to do that?
It's important because you don't want to give a signal for another vehicle behind you that they should be following you. So by turning off your lights, you reduce the risk of somebody following you and hitting your vehicle. If you're going to be parked in one spot, the best thing you could possibly do is turn off your lights so that no other vehicles behind you are following your lead.
And so in your car, off the road if possible, with the lights turned off. And then how long do you wait until it passes? Till when do you know that it's safe to proceed again?
Yeah, so you're going to want to wait a couple of minutes, a couple of moments after the storm passes, but you want to give yourself at least about 300 feet of visibility before you begin to drive again. So if you can see a little bit about 300 feet ahead of you, then that's a good indication that you can start driving again.
All right, absolutely terrifying situation, what happened on Interstate 15 yesterday. Aldo Vasquez from AAA, thank you for joining us today with this helpful information.
Thank you, Rick.